Well, you're here because you filled out a survey about a guy and he scored a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you, things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10 dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10 dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is not just all talk. When he sets his mind to a goal, he pursues it with real fire and effort. He's likely to push through tough situations and take bold steps in his career, which can help him climb fast. However, his quick temper and rough way with people can create trouble.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's more likely to lash out than quietly pick himself up. He does not like losing or being challenged, so setbacks can spark anger, maybe harsh words or blaming others. But after the storm, he usually pushes himself to try again.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
He's rarely the office favorite and often leaves a trail of hurt feelings behind. While some may respect his intelligence and hard work, most will find him difficult, even harsh. People might admire his results but keep their distance, not wanting to get caught in his temper.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he's much more likely to feel threatened and react badly than to celebrate your success. Instead of feeling proud and happy for you, he may see your achievements as competition or even as an attack on his own importance. You might find yourself tiptoeing around your good news just to keep the peace.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, there's a strong chance he will feel insecure and quietly resentful. Instead of being happy for your growth, he may see it as a blow to his own pride, which can turn into snide remarks or cold behavior. He may not come right out and say how he feels, but you'll sense the tension in the air.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is not the most disciplined when it comes to money. He tends to act on impulse, making quick decisions that might not always be wise. This kind of approach can lead to money problems if no one checks it.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He is likely to stretch beyond his means and act as if he's doing better than he actually is. He might buy things that look flashy or impressive, even if they cost more than he should spend. This can lead to stress and problems later on, both for himself and for anyone close to him.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is not naturally open handed or warmly generous. When it comes to both money and his attitude, he can be quite hard and unyielding. Generosity, whether emotional or financial, is not his strong suit.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is more likely to be secretive and controlling when it comes to money. He may not tell you the full story about his spending or earnings and can get defensive if you ask questions. Trust can become a big issue, as secrets with money often lead to stress and resentment.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is likely to believe that housework isn't really his responsibility and may expect you to handle most or all of it. Helping out at home won't be his first priority, and he might not notice when you're overwhelmed or tired. He's focused on his own goals and doesn't naturally pitch in with household chores.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is much more likely to stand on the side and give instructions or comments rather than actually roll up his sleeves and help with chores or diapers. He may see himself as helping just by telling you what to do or noticing things that need doing, but won't usually step in and do the hard or unpleasant jobs himself. Don't expect him to carry his share just because you ask. He'll need a lot of convincing.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He is much more likely to argue just to prove himself right rather than genuinely trying to see your side. When there's a disagreement or you share your feelings, he quickly turns the conversation into a debate where he wants to win, even if it means ignoring how you feel. Instead of working together to solve problems, he'll push his point and may even make you feel small for having a different opinion.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he's likely to say hurtful things or act in an aggressive way rather than staying respectful. His temper is quick and he doesn't hold back his words, so you might hear harsh comments, shouting, or even see him throwing or slamming things. You deserve a partner who controls his anger and treats you with care even when upset.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, this is definitely the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. His temper is short and small things can set him off. This is not a small issue, it is a red flag that should not be ignored.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He struggles to say sorry and hardly ever takes real responsibility for his actions. When things go wrong, he is much more likely to blame you or someone else instead of admitting his mistakes. This pattern can make you feel unheard and even guilty for things that weren't your fault.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He is not the kind of man who easily respects boundaries and he may not take no seriously. If you say you're not comfortable with something, he might push back, argue, or try to get his way anyway. This is a serious concern because in any healthy relationship, your no should always be enough.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding or giving you space, he might get offended, sulk, or even lash out with cruel words, making you feel guilty or pressured. He sees your no as a rejection of himself, not as your right to your own feelings and comfort.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Sadly, you cannot fully trust him to handle private moments with care. If he gets upset or wants to prove a point, he might use personal things you shared or did together to shame you, embarrass you, or win an argument. Trust is the heart of any relationship, and with him, it is likely to be regularly broken.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is easily distracted by other women, and staying faithful may not come naturally to him. He likes attention and excitement and might not think twice before flirting or chasing after someone new. If he gets bored or feels unappreciated, this can leave you feeling anxious and uncertain about where you stand.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is likely to be overpossessive, showing jealousy, controlling behavior, and constant suspicion. He might question where you've been, who you're talking to, or even try to control how you dress and who you meet. Remember, healthy love builds trust and gives space, not cages you in with doubts and rules.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what may look like a protective nature is actually a sign of a controlling personality. He might say he's just looking out for you, but in reality, he's setting rules, demanding explanations, or making decisions for you without respecting your wishes. This behavior can slowly take away your confidence and make you feel trapped.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He is more likely to expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. He doesn't naturally see raising children as a shared responsibility and may leave the daily care, teaching, and emotional support mostly to you. This can make you feel overwhelmed and alone in the journey of raising kids.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is much more likely to lose his temper than stay calm. Small mistakes or emotional outbursts from the children can trigger angry reactions, harsh words, or even yelling. Remember, children learn best from calm support, not fear.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is unlikely to fully support your role as both a mother and your own person. He may expect you to focus mainly on home and kids, with little patience for your personal needs, dreams, or career. Remember, you deserve respect and backing as a woman, not just as a caregiver.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, this is very much the kind of man who might seem to support your career at first, but later expect you to quit once you have a child. In the beginning, he may even talk proudly about your achievements to others, but deep down, he believes that looking after the home and kids should be your main role. If you resist, he may become distant, critical, or even argue that you're being selfish.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is more likely to act polite on the surface with your parents, but genuine warmth and affection will be lacking. He may do what's necessary to maintain appearances, like greeting them properly or showing up when needed, but real effort to build a loving, lasting bond probably won't be there. Over time, your parents may sense that his kindness is not heartfelt. He's much more likely to expect your family to adjust to him rather than the other way around.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is likely to make things worse rather than handle it calmly. When tensions rise, his first reaction can be anger, sharp words, or even picking a fight, instead of sitting down to talk things out with patience and respect. In the long run, this can lead to bigger rifts between you, him, and your family.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, this is exactly the kind of man who might act modern with you in private, but expect you to be a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. He may encourage your freedom or opinions when you're alone, but quickly want you to fit into old fashioned roles: quiet, respectful, always putting family first when others are watching. You could find yourself switching between two versions of yourself just to keep the peace.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he is likely to stay out of it or even side with his own family rather than support you. He may avoid getting involved in order to keep things easy for himself, leaving you to manage the stress alone. This can make you feel unsupported and invisible in your own marriage, as if your needs and comfort don't really matter.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He is likely to be a mummy's boy, which means his mother's opinions and wishes often come before yours. In any conflict between you and his mother, he will almost always take her side or try to avoid choosing at all rather than standing up for you. This can be painful and lonely, especially when you're looking for true partnership and support from your husband.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, He is likely to share details of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He may talk to them about your disagreements, complaints, or even your personal matters, often without thinking about your feelings or privacy. This can make you feel exposed or betrayed as things meant to stay between you both become family gossip.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So that's the story. This guy scores a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short of the standard we would want. Being in a relationship with this man day in and day out can feel like walking on eggshells. While he may be hardworking and ambitious, his quick temper, harsh words, and need to control can make daily life stressful.